Hey guys, Steve here, Fanatic Perspective. Just wanted to make a quick reaction video to the college football playoff. The committee just met today and came out with their initial top 25 rankings, as well as the top four teams that would, as of today, play in the playoff as stands. And I always get excited this time of the year. I'm a huge college football fan as well, Big 12 Texas, but just as a whole, big college football fan, and I always get excited to see where how these teams are being graded, where they see these teams in terms of strength of schedule, what's happened on the field, and other outliers where who played who, injuries, and all that. So as we just saw, Georgia, it started off actually number one, Alabama number two, Notre Dame number three, and Clemson in the four spot with Oklahoma and Ohio State in the 5 and 6 lurking behind Clemson. So right off the bat, I thought it was really interesting that Georgia was number one over Alabama. I thought they were going to be flip-flop. That's probably the most, to be honest with you, the most surprising thing that I saw. I really thought the committee did a great job of making sure that Oklahoma was ahead of Ohio State. I don't care if it happened in week two. That was a really big deal that Oklahoma went up there and put the beat down, on Ohio State and Columbus. That matters. They have a Heisman candidate in Baker Mayfield. They're starting to get a couple guys back. They're a very, very good football team. And their loss to Iowa State doesn't look so bad because Iowa State came in at 15. Iowa State's in contention for the Big 12. Just took out TCU. So, and from a TCU perspective, I believe they were in the 8 hole. They're good. They're in prime position as well. I feel like anybody within the top 12, you can kind of make a move inside because so many people still have to play each other. Alabama and Georgia, if things go how they would like, they're going to meet each other in the SEC championship game. I was just listening to Booger McFarland make a great point about everybody's assuming if they met that Alabama would defeat Georgia. But what if it goes the other way? Because Alabama's resume, they were assuming at the beginning of the season that Florida State win would boost them up. But Florida State, I believe, is 2-5 at this point, not very good. So they don't, and LSU, they're going to have that LSU. They're going to need Auburn to win before they play them. If Auburn, that's where it gets convoluted because Auburn also has Georgia come play them. So how does that, factor out within the rankings? I think one of the common denominator that you saw, at least with the top three teams, is the physicality. All, between Georgia, Alabama, and Notre Dame, all very, very good physical offensive lines. They're all playing great defense. And, even though Alabama probably has the best situation at quarterback amongst those three teams, it's not really factored in. And I think that's something that will come to play because I'm waiting to see somebody make Georgia use their quarterback. I mean, I think last game, Jake Fromm threw 7 passes. So whether it's the Auburn game, these teams, eventually somebody's going to put some points on the board. And they're going to have a little bit more balanced attack to keep up. I think I've seen a little bit more from the Notre Dame quarterback, Brandon Wimbush. The USC game and a couple others where he's starting to throw the ball a little bit more. But, I still, if Oklahoma were to play some of these schools, and I know Oklahoma's defense isn't great, which could be a problem. But if I have Baker Mayfield versus Jake Fromm, in a playoff game, I'm favoring the quarterback, especially a mobile quarterback that can run around and make plays. And I think that's why Clemson got the benefit of the doubt too, because their loss to Syracuse was unexpected with the Kelly Bryant injury situation. I don't think they lose that game in the Carrier Dome if obviously Kelly doesn't get hurt. So very, very interesting. I thought they got it right. I'm glad they took into account the head-to-heads. The only one I think that was where it flipped was I think LSU Auburn. I think Auburn was ahead, but I mean, I don't think either of those teams are going to make it all the way into the discussion. I think Auburn has a chance to make things interesting in the Iron Bowl at the end of the year. But with that being said, the only thing I would have had different is I would have had Alabama number one. I would have had Georgia 2. And then I was cool with Notre Dame and Clemson being 3-4. Clemson deserves to be in there. Clemson has some great wins with the healthy quarterback, and it's good that we have the committee to talk through these things because they should get the benefit of the doubt with their loss. But it's early, and I just wanted to get my quick thoughts about it. Very, very excited to see how these matchups are going to play out. I know Auburn plays, I think, Texas A&M this week. Oklahoma State. That's a huge, huge game. I mean, Oklahoma State could jump up, with a big win like that. And if Oklahoma loses, that opens the door for Ohio State and Penn State as well. So much to look at. Very, very excited about the college football season coming down the stretch in November. But as always, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you.